Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our press conference today. We are here at the Davis County Administration Building, excited to share with all of our public our update so that we can have everyone understanding Davis County data and how we are continuing to navigate this pandemic, keeping everyone as safe and successful as possible. My name is Laureen Kamalu. I am one of the 3 elected Davis County Commissioners currently serving as chair. Also here, we will hear from 2 other individuals, Davis County Commissioner Bob Stevenson and our Director of Health, Brian Hatch. So we're going to have Brian speak first, and he's considered the health officer for Davis County. Then Bob Stevenson will also have a few words. He works with our Community and Economic Development Department. A big part of this pandemic is the effort to keep the economy moving and keep it open the best that we can. He'll speak to that, and then I'll have some closing comments. Brian.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're here once again, delivering a very similar message than we have in the past months, and nothing's changing. But today we're wanting to reinforce some of the same messages and to clarify what Davis County is doing and where we're going as a community. A couple of the things that we're putting in our directive today is, again, nothing new, but we're trying to urge individuals, businesses, and community organizations to comply with the current recommendations that are in the phase guidelines for the general public and business to maximize public health and economic reactivation. These include wearing face coverings, physical distancing, cleaning and sanitizing, and following the strict hygienic practices, and also being mindful of protecting those high-risk individuals around us. We urge all businesses and organizations to take the Stay Safe to Stay Open pledge. That'll be spoke a little bit by Commissioner Stevenson, so that we can put those safe habits into our business sector and the economic side of it. We're also, an important principle today, is we are urging individuals to wear face coverings when they are unable to physical distance. We've heard the messages over and over. Physical distancing is going to be one of those protective measures, and when we can't, we need to be in a face covering. That will help limit the spread, which in turn helps us meet our goals of managing this curve and reducing the spread of COVID. We also are urging businesses in regards to face coverings to implement policies requiring face coverings for employees and patrons. We're at a critical time in Davis County. The data suggests for the past 2 months we've had increases that have continued. Every 2 weeks we see about a doubling of our cases here. Not of alarming numbers yet, but nonetheless a trend is created. Up until 2 months ago we've seen decreases over the time, but for the last 8 weeks that increase has been doubling every 2 weeks, which has got us concerned. And that's why we want to reiterate the things that we want the public to do in regards to the guidelines. First, the guidelines, follow them. If you haven't read them, pull them out, read them. Read them with you and your family and understand what they're asking, and try to implement those to the best of your ability. And then also reinforcing those face coverings. They're one of the best things that we have in our ability to combat this moving forward and keep public's health protected and keep our economy open. I want to also just thank our citizens in Davis County. Over the last 5 months, many have risen to the occasion and have followed the directions that have been put out there. But this isn't over. I know it's getting difficult. It carries on many, many weeks, and we start to get tired of the same message. But please, we urge you to stay diligent in these messages so that we can continue through this and we can succeed as a county. Thank you.
We appreciate you coming out and spending a few moments with us. I want to talk a little bit about the business side of it. And first of all, we want to make it clear that we understand that not everyone likes to wear a mask and not everyone is going to wear a mask. We do ask you that as far as with our business community goes, that if they're requiring masks, to please respect what they want when you walk into their establishment. A couple things that we've been doing here in the county is that we've started our program called Davis Cares Business Grant Program. This is where we're taking some of the CARES money and we're trying to interject it back into the economy here in Davis County, which we feel is very, very important that we continue to grow the economy here. As of this time, we've had approximately 460 plus businesses request support and funding on that. When we're through with basically this first tranche, there will probably be about $8 million that will be injected back in to the economy here in Davis County. One other thing too that we've been doing is working with Davis Tech. We've worked out a partnership with the tech school. We will be putting about $475,000 into the tech school to be able to utilize, to be able to help train, teach, and be able to help those businesses that are affected by the COVID. One of the things that we do believe is important here in the county is that we have been working with the Stay Safe, Stay Open pledge. We believe that is very important, and we believe that one of the things that we have here in the county is a very, very close relationship between our cities, between our businesses, and also with the county. Just to give you an example on this, these are figures as of this morning. There was those counties that have had numbers that have supported them on the Stay Safe. Summit County has had 10 businesses agree to it, sign up for it. Weber County 26. Utah County 44. Of course, Salt Lake County, with the size that their business district is, 422. But probably most impressive is the fact here in Davis County, we have had 560 of our businesses that have pledged to the Stay Safe and Stay Open. And I think that is an indication of what we're trying to do here in the county with all of us working together. We'll take some questions a little later as far as that goes, but we appreciate everything and your time at this point. Thank you.
Just a little bit more that I can share. We have been in an emergency declaration now since March 18th. Today is July 17th. It is challenging for people to stick with something that is so unusual for us as human beings. We're not used to wearing masks. We're not used to being apart from people. And it's an extraordinary time. But the pandemic is not going to last forever, and treatments are being researched and implemented, and this gives more time when we can keep the outbreak from spiking and growing too big and allow for people to have better treatments. Eventually, we will all be exposed to this new coronavirus. And we are so far in Davis County doing pretty well, and we want to continue that. Our goal is to not have these cases that are new doubling every 2 weeks. And so it's pretty simple, it's pretty scientific, that if we will continue going with the distancing and putting on the face coverings when we cannot distance, we will continue to be successful here in Davis County. Our subject matter experts in this emergency are the trained public health officials. And ours, Brian Hatch, is also an epidemiologist. We're really grateful for the work of our health department. In addition, in Davis County, we are fortunate to have 15 cities that have been meeting with us every single week online, and all the mayors and all the city managers have also been tremendous partners. Finally, there's been a COVID-19 policy team. So our emergency manager weighs in, our human resources weighs in, our sheriff weighs in, our attorney weighs in, a whole policy team meeting in the beginning 3 times per week, then 2 times per week, and now every week continuing to keep everyone's perspective considered and helping us to get through this pandemic for as long as it takes. We are indeed very proud of very many citizens and businesses here in Davis County. We are grateful for the support, and it won't last forever. We will get through it together. So we do have time to answer questions if there are any, and any one of us can speak to the questions that you may have. Yes?
This is for either of the commissioners. So you've got Brian here saying that you've got cases doubling every 2 weeks for 8 weeks. You say that the science is there. Why not ask for a mask mandate rather than a directive that is just a suggestion?
Yeah. Go ahead, say something.
We believe that before we even get to a mandate type thing, that there are things that we can take place. I think that just like we talked about a second ago about the 560 businesses, and that is, you can see we have not had a lot of pushback. We've got people with opinions in that. And we believe that we can try to do this through cooperation amongst everybody. I think that's why you saw how many businesses that have signed up for that. And before we ever get to any type of a mandate, we're going to try to handle this with basically people pitching in and basically doing the right thing first.
And one of our mayors said it really well 3 Mondays ago. We have our meetings with them on Mondays. She said, we haven't yet asked our citizens and our businesses to step up and do even more to comply. And her suggestion for all of us was to ask for that stepping up, the individual and the business responsibility as our community partners. Also, we're doing well. We're still benefiting from the early on policy and public health order, and so we just need to stay the course, and hopefully we won't have to do anything more serious. Oh, any other questions that anyone can think of? All right, thank you so much.